day I was scrolling through my For You page on TikTok and saw this.
Fuzzy duck? Ducky Fuzz, does he fuck?
No.
And honestly, it had me shook. I genuinely didn't know that there were asexual furries out there whatsoever. And I did a little deep dive into asexual furry TikTok and thought, you know what? I'm gonna take all of you with me. If I have to see it, I want y'all to see it too. Let's get into asexual furry TikTok and break down some of the stigmas of furries and asexual people and those communities not really being understood.
Listen, I need a right quick way to prove to everybody that I have copious amounts of money and I hate sex. Good stuff.
I love that. First off, if I see any hate towards furries or ace people in the comments, I will be deleting it. Second, I think it's so weird when people hate on furries because first of all, if you don't understand something, no one's getting hurt, everyone's consenting adult, I don't necessarily think you really have to hate on it. And also, they're so expensive. Those fursuits, oh my god, I have a friend who's a furry and when he told me that like minimum it's $3K for a fursuit and it can go up to like 6, 7, 8, 10K. Anyone correct me who has one and let me know if I'm wrong how much it is, but like it's a lot of money. And the fact that like people put all of the money and time into designing it and making sure it like fits right and everything, like it's such a creative expression. Y'all, it's crazy.
I thought this was a furry freak sex party. This is not a furry freak sex party. Oh, man, what am I doing here? Wait, what I meant was, we're going to a furry sex party. Yes! You haven't lived till you've contracted herpes from a gigantic squirrel!
Wait, I love that. Oh my god. First of all, y'all are funny as hell. Second of all, I think it's such like this weird stereotype with furries that every single furry is like sex crazed and everyone does whatever in the fursuits. Now, y'all can correct me again, but doesn't it get hot and like really sweaty and like, you know what I mean? Like, I know for me that would be an absolute sensory nightmare, so like, I don't know. That's just me. But yeah, I just think, I think it's so kind of wholesome that there are asexual people out there that also enjoy just the artistic aspect of it. And then also like, if you do enjoy having relations as an asexual person, having that also be an aspect, because I know for not all asexual people, but for some, the idea of you doing certain things isn't it, but if you can kind of remove yourself, you do like it. So I could definitely see why there are asexual furries who wouldn't mind doing things. But yeah, y'all are funny. Y'all are cute. Oh my god.
Nice.
So I really appreciate this content creator because they're literally setting up boundaries for themselves, and I think that's something that's super important in a content related space, especially as someone who is in a space that a lot of people do think of as more sexualized, like the furry spaces. So I definitely appreciate this person being like, hey, I don't like those comments, I do it as dress up and cosplay, and I appreciate it for the artistic ability for it. And I think that people need to be a little bit more aware about that, especially when you are commenting on asexual people's posts. I know that I get really disgusting, gross comments sometimes, and I'm just like, why would you say that? It's literally under a video saying that I'm asexual. Why are you like doing this? So I can imagine how much worse it would be if you were in a furry space, because people just assume that you want to be sexualized and that kind of thing. So I can understand why it might be hard to be an asexual person within the furry community because of that kind of stigma of just how sexual it is. But putting up boundaries is really important, especially as a content creator, and I like that they did it like this. It's a really good way to let people know, hey, I don't like it, please stop commenting it.
This could work out. I really think this could work out. I don't think that my vision's blurred now. I want you. Please pull your mini skirt down. I don't think this will work out.
this is something that applies to, I think, all asexuals. It touches on something that, like, you tell someone that who's interested in you that, you know, you're ace, and they're okay with dating you, knowing that you're asexual, and then they're like, oh yeah, eventually you'll do that. And it's like, no. First of all, every asexual person is different. So there are some ace people who are okay with certain things, but there are other ace people who will never do anything, which is completely valid. So it's just like, if someone is telling you no matter what your relationship, this also doesn't just go for ace people, but like, I feel like ace people get their boundaries pushed a lot. If someone is telling you they don't do something and you're like, oh, eventually you will, it's just not a cool thing to do to anyone, especially asexual people, but don't do it to anyone. Aww. So like I've been saying this whole time, honestly, it must be hard. And if there are any ace furries out there, please comment down below and let me know how hard it is to be asexual and get those kind of comments all the time if you are in a furry space. Like I said, there's a very big stereotype of like, oh, furries are kind of loners, they don't really do anything, that kind of thing, and then also are somehow also overly sexualized, and you're like, oh, you must have sex all the time and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's such a weird dichotomy. It's so weird to me that like both things happen in that space. It's like, oh, you're nerdy, you do this, you dress up. Obviously no one would want to do anything with you, but also you must have sex all the time because all of this other stuff and you're over hyperly sexualized. Like it must be so weird to like live in. But yeah, anyone down below who is an ace furry, let me know how it is, because oof. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of asexuals and furries and ace furries. I genuinely don't know. First of all, I don't know why people in the ace community get hate, and second of all, I don't know why people in the furry community get hate. They literally just took down we're in the process of taking down Project 2025. So if good things happen because of that, we can all thank the furries for like saving democracy. So yeah, next time you see a furry, thank them. But yeah, I don't understand why just people hate so much. Like I said, if everyone's a consenting adult, if everyone is being safe and consenting, I don't understand why it's such a big deal. I don't get it. I don't get why people hate on furries so much, but that's just me. I hope y'all enjoyed this little asexual furry crossover, and let me know if you want me to react to more content like this. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.